Once upon a time, there was a boy. Jim Hawkins was a teenager who lived with his parents in their inn by the sea. Many sailors used to come to the inn. One of these sailors was called Billy Jones, who was tall and had a strong body, and a scar was seen on his cheek. Billy Jones carried a heavy trunk with him wherever he went, and it was Jim's job to carry the trunk for him. Billy Jones often told Jim that he should always watch out for a man without a leg. Billy Jones was very sullen and grumpy. He never paid his bills and debts on time and always fought with other passengers. All of them were afraid of this old sailor. One day, a strange man who was blind came there and gave a message to Billy. There was only a black dot on the paper and nothing else was written on it. When Billy Jones saw that strange message, he suddenly fell to the ground and died. Jim and his mother, who wanted some money from Billy, went to his room to see if they could find money among his furniture. Their eyes fell on the chest and they opened it. Inside the chest, they found some bags containing gold coins. There was also a rolled-up white paper. Suddenly, there was a noise from outside, and Jim and his mother realized that the pirates had found the inn. They knew that the thieves had come to take the rolled paper. By the way, 3 soldiers were passing by. As soon as the pirates saw the soldiers, they got scared and ran away. Jim asked the soldiers to take him to their commander. There, Jim told the whole story to the commander, and then they opened the rolled paper. They saw that a hidden treasure was drawn on the paper. "We have to go to the island by ship to find the treasure," said the commander. "Are you ready to come with us?" Jim agreed. They got ready to travel. While traveling on the ship, Jim noticed that Long John Silver, the ship's cook, was missing a leg. He immediately remembered Billy Jones' order and said to himself, "This must not be the one-legged man that Billy talked about." But it didn't take long for Jim's worries to disappear, because he saw Long John as a very kind and good-natured man. The two soon became friends, and the one-legged man took Jim to the ship's galley. She had a parrot, and she told Jim interesting parrot stories while cooking. There was a barrel in the ship where they kept apples. One night, Jim went into the barrel and was eating an apple when suddenly he heard a sound. He knew the voice. It was Long John Silver talking to a few others. Jim listened and realized they were talking about the treasure. They agreed to take over the ship themselves and then get the map and find the treasure. So it turned out that Long John is also a pirate. Jim rushed to the commander and informed him of the situation. The commander said, "We have to act patiently to be able to stop them." The next day, the sailors shouted, "Land! Land!" They were right because they had reached land. Immediately, Long John and his accomplices boarded a boat to get away from the ship. Suddenly, Jim reached them and jumped into the boat and said, "I'm going with you." The boat moved, and as soon as they reached the land and Jim's foot hit the ground, he ran away. He wanted to explore the island himself and find the treasure. "Don't go alone. Wait, it's dangerous," Long John called to him. But Jim did not listen and disappeared from sight. After walking for a while, he heard a hissing sound. He raised his head and saw a shadow searching among the trees. At first, he thought that it was an animal, for example, a bear or a monkey. But suddenly he saw that an old man with a long gray beard and old and torn clothes came out from among the trees. His eyes fell on Jim, and he started talking to him. He said that he was exiled to this island a long time ago. Jim then told the old man about the treasure and the pirates. The old man liked Jim and said he was willing to help him. By the way, it was helpful, because at the same time, the sound of gunshots and gunfire was heard from far away. The old man immediately took Jim to the castle, but when they arrived at the castle, they found a fight between the commander and Long. Long John and his accomplices who had stolen the treasure map were trying to destroy the commander and his friends and get the treasure themselves. Jim and the old man wanted to enter the castle, but Long John stopped and arrested Jim. The rest of the people were busy fighting when Long John took Jim with him to go to the treasure. On the way, the two of them reached a big pit, inside which was a human skeleton. They realized that the treasure is hidden in this pit. What a perfect place! But unfortunately, as they searched inside the pit, they did not find the treasure. The pit was empty. All of a sudden, they heard a shot from the commander and his men. They had won and the pirates had fled in fear, but Lang was still alive. He was sorry and wanted to make up for his bad deeds. A little later, they all went to the old man's cave. They saw that the cave was full of gold and jewels. They found out that the treasure is in the cave, and the old man first found it and took it to the cave. They agreed to divide the treasure among themselves. The old man was very happy to return to his home after years away. The next morning, the sails were drawn. They brought gold and jewels to the ship and were ready to return to their homes, while each of them had memories with them that they will never forget.